Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Indiana Overtime. I'm Alex McCarthy. Doing it alone tonight. Jordan's not back in town yet. Classes start next week, so he's still enjoying the rest of his winter break. But I'm here at Assembly Hall, where Indiana improved to 3-0 in conference play and 13-3 this season with a 59-58 win over Wisconsin. It was not pretty, but Tom Crean said after the game, it doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to be a win, basically, to paraphrase him. And Indiana got that. Both teams struggled enormously to score. Indiana struggled to even hold on to the ball. They've, again, struggled with turnovers, turned the ball over 19 times. But Wisconsin wasn't much better. They were worse on offense. They shot 41% from the floor. They turned the ball over 14 times and were 4 for 16 from behind the arc. So just a lot of really not pretty numbers for both teams tonight. Indiana came in averaging almost 88 points a game and finished almost 30 points below that total. And Wisconsin averaged 70 points a game coming in and scored 58. So both offenses really kind of coming up short, but Indiana made the shots it needed to down the stretch. Nick Zeisloft, who's been cold from behind the arc for all three Big Ten games so far, made a big shot late in the game to extend Indiana's lead to 4. And then Yogi Ferrell, who had a pretty ugly first half, he scored 15 of his 19 points after halftime and did a lot of his damage late. He hit all six of his free throws. Indiana only shot 10 free throws but made all of them. And the crowd on hand here was not happy with the officiating in a lot of cases, but Indiana ended up getting to the free throw line. They ended up capitalizing on those opportunities, especially Ferrell late. He hit some big free throws down the stretch, and he also hit the shot that put Indiana ahead for good. Nigel Hayes hit a couple free throws to tie the game at 53, I think, with just about 50, or maybe it was 55, something like that. I don't know. With 53 seconds left, all the 50s confuse me. But he tied the game with I think 53 seconds left. Indiana went down. Ferrell hit a short jumper to give Indiana the lead, and then Robert Johnson, who was really struggling in Big Ten play, made a really good play to get a steal, tip it to Troy Williams, who got it up to Zeisloft, who got it back to Ferrell, and the ball movement was great there to get it back to Ferrell. He got fouled, made both free throws, and was able to kind of ice the game. Nigel Hayes hit a long three-pointer at the buzzer, which didn't matter because I used it by 4 at the time. But it makes this game look just a tad closer than it was. But it was close throughout. I mean, both teams were pretty close to each other. Wisconsin went on a 15-0 run midway through the first half that put them ahead by 9 points, and Indiana had a couple somewhat sizable leads, but for the most part, very close game here tonight. And it came down to the team who made the shots it needed to make late in the game, and they did it in front of the best team in Indiana basketball history, the 1976 undefeated national championship team. We got to talk to them a little bit before the game, they got to talk to us. I guess a little bit more than we got to talk to them, but and it was just interesting to hear from a lot of those guys, from Scott May, Quinn Buckner, Ken Benson, that whole crew, minus Bob Knight, of course. But it was interesting to watch. They honored them at halftime. They announced the starting 5. It was kind of cool to watch that. And we have video on the site of their whole press conference, so you can get a good look at that. But the most important thing, I guess, for Indiana tonight, 3-0 conference play, 13-3 on the season. They play Ohio State next Sunday here at 1:30. It's going to be on CBS. So be tuned in for that. The gang's going to be here in full next week, including Jordan. So plenty to look forward to there. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you soon.